Ethereum and Bitcoin have been following the same pattern every December going back almost a decade. And then I will tell you, based off historical data, when is the best time to sell your Bitcoin? And this wouldn't be possible if it weren't for Ollie Charts pointing something out. He always point out the great alpha here. Fun fact, Ethereum often hits bottom or top against Bitcoin in December, and I had to test this myself. So what we're looking at right here is Ethereum priced in Bitcoin, and the number you see above my head right there, this is the equivalent of 1 Ethereum equals to Bitcoin. And so right now, 1 Ethereum equals about 3.8% of 1 Bitcoin, and then last cycle it topped out around 9%, so pretty close to a 10% of a Bitcoin. So that means a Bitcoin was $50,000, 1 Ethereum would be $5,000 at a 10% equivalent. Right now, we're knocking on the door of 4%. Let's talk about December. So how can we use December to navigate the chart that we're looking at right there? So I'm going to throw a lot of vertical lines up on the chart, and every single one of these vertical lines is the month of December. It's representing the month of December. We got to stretch this out because I want to point something out. He was on the money, and you can see the green line caught a bottom. Let's stretch it. It's just insane how accurate this was. Caught the bottom, caught the bottom, caught the bottom, caught the bottom. And then finally, it caught a couple tops. And then once again, we are catching the bottom. And now, well, I want to do a focus on halving years. And we've talked about the Bitcoin halving before. There's one every 4 years, and it is 2016, 2020, and 2024. So that's going to be the halving years for Ethereum's experience here. And so if we look at the December post-halving here, it was right before a huge run-up. Well, what about 2020? That was another halving year. Well, that's the December right here, also right before a huge run-up. And then we're looking at December of 2024, the final halving year, yet again, looking like it's poised for another great setup. The easiest way for you to get wrecked in crypto is to lose all your funds. Whether it's an exchange going down, an exploit, or just a hack, make sure you protect your crypto with Arculus Cold Storage. We love it here at the channel. And if you use code DC20, you can save yourself 20%. Protect yourself out there. Because just last year alone, hackers stole almost $2 billion from users out there. Do not let it be you. Protect your funds. And not only can you protect, you can buy, swap, send, and receive crypto with a single tap and hold. Go get yourself an Arculus now. But I think the best strategy here is going to be measuring the days from the bottom until that local peak there, and then that might give us an idea of when to sell our Ethereum into Bitcoin this cycle. So let's go ahead and remove the Decembers that don't matter. All right, so these are the halving year Decembers. Now, what is the time to sell your Ethereum right here? So we're actually going to move to the 3-day chart so we can get a little bit more accurate on the date, and we're going to measure the amount of days. 174 days later was a perfect time to sell. Now let's go ahead and measure the next move from the low point here. This is the December bottom that we're trying to catch here. And then this one gives us about 147 days. So we're within a month shot here. And so what is, let's just say 150 days from this peak right here. So let's just say about 150 days later is when we're looking to exit Ethereum for Bitcoin. And 150 days is going to be May of 2025. And so this might be a good time to sell your Ethereum into Bitcoin, but that's only half the story. When should you sell your Bitcoin? Well, this is a very, very easy strategy. Now, I don't want to say it's foolproof, but just looking back at the last few cycles, it's been a great time to sell your Bitcoin. And this is the halving before and after 500 days. And so that 2016 year halving we're looking at, if you bought 500 days before and then sold 500 days later, you basically caught the exact bottom and you almost caught the exact top. The next halving, if we go back 500 days, you basically caught the exact bottom, and then, you weren't that far away from catching the exact top. And let's do it one more time. 500 days from the previous halving that we just had in 2024, yet again, it was the perfect time to buy. But what's 500 days from this dotted line right here? Well, what is the dotted line? The dotted line is April 19th, 2024. That's when we had our last Bitcoin halving. And so let's measure 500 days after April 19th. So 500 days after April 19th could be a fantastic time to sell your Bitcoin. April 19th plus 500 days is going to be September 1st, 2025. Now, if we go back to the charts, I'm not saying that's going to be the exact top for Bitcoin, but this is my strategy when it comes to trying to take profits this upcoming cycle. I plan on taking some profits unless we have a huge, insane Q1. I don't want to take many profits until August, September of 2025. And I think we might continue to run up, maybe even in October and November. And so that's my strategy for selling Ethereum, for selling my Bitcoin. And I hope that helps you navigate these choppy waters that is a bull market, folks, because the name of the game is financial freedom. So I hope this helps you. I'm Deezy, and I'll see you with your profit taking at the top.